So, should we go from that happy news to John McAfee dying?
Yeah, although to be fair, I was drunk when I texted you this last night, and I haven't read the article.
Have you
So,
not? So he killed himself in prison, or supposedly, or he was found dead in prison.
do you know what the first thing I thought of?
What?
There's there's something that's going to come out about him or something. He's done something else, and he's like, "This is going to really do one on me." But I don't know. That was my theory anyway. And then I just carried on drinking.
Well, he was in trouble for quite a lot of things. Apart
He
from
was in jail. Of course, he was in trouble for.
Well, yeah, but were you saying about other things coming out? I mean, he was already in trouble for a hell of a lot of things. But he was actually. This seems to have come just after he was, because he was in Spain, in prison in Spain, and it seems to have come. His death just after they've approved for him to be extradited to Spain, proving that nobody expects the Spanish extradition.
Do you think of that all by yourself?
No, I didn't. I stole the hell from somewhere else. In fact, actually, on Reddit, I did find something else where someone had responded and said, "He's not dead. He's just running in the background somewhere." Which I don't normally like jokes on the dead, but those two are particularly amusing.
What is he in jail for? I'm sure there's some.
Well, it seems majorly tax fraud. So I think there was something between 2014 and 2018 where he'd not paid any tax. He'd pushed things into different people's names, despite doing talks and events and that sort of stuff. So. Yeah, he was in trouble for a lot of stuff. Crypto as well. He seemed to be hiding a load of crypto and not claiming that he'd actually he hadn't actually declared it as tax. But he claims
Who's
he's
buying
lost
crypto and not declaring it as tax? Hey, gosh. McAfee.
You're going to go and check things now after you check your bank account later. I think the thing is he hadn't declared the gains. There was massive gains
capital
that were
gains,
made.
right?
And yes, exactly. I mean, well, it depends on which country you're in, I suppose. But he hadn't declared any of the gains with the crypto.
Speaking of gains, I snapped a resistant band.
Well done. You can now move up to the level 2 resistant band.
£20, baby.
So yeah, he seemed to be in trouble for a few things. Apparently, there's a £25 million pound judgment or dollar judgment against him in a wrongful death case. No idea what's in that. We can unpack that. Over 200 million in other judgments against him in other legal cases, which I can't actually fulfill. I mean, he is an interesting fella, and apparently had sold his rights for his life, for a film. So there may well be another film, a film coming out about his life, because it's certainly questionable. I think the one thing to bear in mind is when it comes to like tax things, especially in America, that seems to be the thing that they get the real gangsters on. Like if you're going to get like people who have done, and I say gangsters because I'm thinking like some of the Prohibition era gangsters, they were done on tax fraud. Those sort of things, because it was the only way that they could get them, because they're so good at evading the law. And I know he's had like offshore boats and stuff, and he's lived in I think he had a boat that was called the Freedom Boat. He's a bit crazy, and yeah, he has been on the run for a little while.
What a despicable human being. I'm glad he's dead. Honestly, though, Even McAfee, it didn't. I mean, the first thing, didn't they release a virus that only McAfee software could handle or fix or something like that? Isn't that just like the beginning of his?
Yeah, I think there is something along that side of things. I mean, there's some headline-grabbing stuff here where he released a drug-fueled video in which he uninstalls McAfee antivirus and had claimed to have made a device that blocked NSA surveillance. He ran for president twice in 2016 and 2020 and was a noted cryptocurrency promoter, and once claimed to charge $105,000 for each promotional tweet if you wanted McAfee to boost your cryptocurrency or initial coin offering on Twitter's platform.
God. Wonder what the deal is between Dogecoin and Good old musky boy. I wonder how much they're paying him.
Well, I mean, he seems to be in trouble for a lot of the stuff that you could argue Elon Musk should also be in trouble for when it comes to cryptocurrency, and that's almost insider trading, isn't it? Really, actually forcing market gains or changes. But I think it's also worth noting as well that this isn't gains. It's worth noting that the antivirus software is still around, but it's now part of Intel and is named Intel Security. He was arrested by the Belsize police. Or Belize? Is that Belize? Where was he?
Belize, I reckon Belize.
Not Belsize, is it? That's
no.
South London. Damn dyslexia strikes again. He was arrested by the Belize police in 2012 after drug and firearms charges, and then he went on the run, and then Belize police declared that he was wanted in questioning in relation to the murder of his neighbour. So, all sorts of
Despicable.
things. All sorts of things.
Awful
Apparently,
person.
he was quite enjoying jail, though. He had said that he was an old man and he was... all he needed was a bed and a room to keep himself comfortable, and he was quite happy with living in jail and had said how much he'd enjoyed it. It's strangely, a lot of people seem to be saying about him that he was an old man and was going to spend the rest of his life in prison. He's 75. That's not that old, really. Not when Paul McCartney's just turned 79 and is running around the world playing like 200 gigs a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's crazy, because I would say 75 is old. I'm ready to pop it when I turn 80, I reckon.
Do you reckon?
I reckon. I'm tired now, mate. I want to go to bed now. Going for the long nap.
Well, I think there was a news article. It was totally unrelated to tech, but there was a news article I think just last week that talked about the supposed maximum age of a human. If we solve a whole load of the other issues that go along with aging, then 160 years is probably the maximum.
That's interesting. How much money do they spend trying to work that out?
I don't know. And also, you have to sort of suspect, well, how did they work that out? The interesting thing is, as well, is they have been able to reverse the aging process in mice, which obviously is a slightly different, tech.
But mice are actually share a lot of genetic code with humans, which is why they test on them. So
that is true, but so far science seems to have cured all conditions known to mice. Just waiting for them to do the same for humans.
What, the mice?
Yes, well, they could return the favour, really, couldn't they? By imprisoning us and testing us hysterically.
McAfee's dead.
Yeah. Or just running in the background.